with Knights head baseball coach Gary Puccio, whose team will be entering its final weekend NEC series to conclude the 2011 season. The team currently has a 12-34 record and is 9-19 in NEC play, but has gone 6-6 in their last 12 conference games. Coach, what's been the difference you feel like in the last couple series out that you've played in the NEC?
I think we're playing better. I mean, obviously, the record says we're playing better. I think we're obviously making less mistakes. We seem to be playing better fundamental baseball for the most part, and that's helped a lot. We seem to still hit some pitfalls as we go along the way, but that's part of growing. And it's part of becoming better. And, you know, when we started the season, we all knew that we had only 19 players, and there was no recruiting for. We basically had 2 freshmen on the whole team. Obviously, kids had graduated, so we knew we were going to be with our backs against the wall this year to a certain degree. And, you know, we've managed to get through it. I mean, we had 7-8 pitches the whole entire season. We've managed to get through that, and we've shown improvement. And I think we won 2 less conference games than they won last year, and we still have 4 to play. So hopefully we can at least match that. And I had 4 goals at the start of the year, and 3 of them I think we're going to achieve. One was to walk a lot less batters. Right now, with 4 games to go, we've walked over 100 less batters than we did a year ago. Second goal was to not finish last, and God willing, that looks pretty good right now, though it's not secured yet. But we have a fairly solid chance of that not happening. Okay, the other thing was cut down the errors, which again were 20-something errors less than we had a year ago with 4 games to go. And the last one was to try to win more games, and obviously that's the one thing that will come up a little bit short, but not too far short. So, in all, given the situation, I don't know how much we could have expected this year. I mean, obviously you always have high hopes, but I think the fact that the second half of the year has been much better than the first, not just in terms of wins and losses, but in terms of how the games are being played and how we're executing and the closeness of the competition all the time. I think it's a good building block for next year, which, you know, we have 16 freshmen already coming in, still recruiting a few more kids. So if we can build off of this, I think it was something like 7-12 of the last 19 games, which is nothing terrible, nothing to be ashamed of. If we could start out that way next year and then build off of that, you know, the chance of being in the playoffs sooner rather than later is looking better and better all the time.
I mean, I know this weekend you're obviously out of playing in the NEC tournament, and you're going up against the defending conference regular season champs who cannot play in the tournament because of their transition to D1. Now, this, I feel like, is an important series because, let's say you do take 3 out of 4. Instead of finishing in 8th place, you finish in 7th, which would be, I think, huge.
Yeah, you know, you try not to lose track of your goals. I mean, had we won last Sunday at Wagner, we could have finished 5th, actually, if we had won 3 out of 4. If we went 3 out of 4 this weekend. But, you know, the goal at the start of the year was to get out last, and that's kind of, I don't believe you change goals during the season. You kind of, I mean, anything over that is gravy, and if, you know, if we do take 3 out of 4 and we're lucky enough to do that, that'd be great. But my number 1 goal still is to not lose sight of the fact that there's still a chance we could finish last, and we need to make sure we put that behind us first.
Now on Sunday is going to be senior day. We'll have a little ceremony starting before the game at 1 o'clock. Could you just comment on the group of guys who you only get to coach for 1 season?
You know, I mean, one of the things I told them in the locker room the other day was I really wish I had them for 4 years to just see how they would have progressed. I mean, I kind of kidded Spencer Kelly they'd be going for his 50th save lifetime because he saved 9 games for us this year already, and I told him that that was your first year for me, and we kept building and getting better. You'd only be increasing those saves. But, yeah, you know, I got to say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. A lot of times when you inherit seniors, they shut you out and they shut you down because you're not the guy that brought them here, you're not the guy that they played for 3 years. So, and they know they only have to, basically, we got to put up with this guy for 1 year, and that's it. So, a lot of times they'll shut down on you. And when we started, I think 5-21, where we were early in the season, I was very afraid that that would happen. And I have to say, these kids have been more than 100%. They've played every game as if we were battling for the playoffs. They've played every game separately as if it's just, you know, a fresh start and a new season. And I credit them 1,000% for giving their best effort all the time and for giving me a fair effort as a new coach. And even though they're not technically my guys because I didn't recruit them, that doesn't make them not my guys. They're my guys as far as they're my first leaving class at FDU, and you know, some of them are some of the best players the school's probably ever seen.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck this week against Bryant.
Thanks a lot.